Hi everybody, it's Lori. I am here because I wanted to share my latest project with you. I just finished up a Halloween album using the Graphic 45 Steampunk Spells collection, and believe me, this was a labor of love because I had it in my mind that I wanted to do this box for the album, and I think the box took me longer than the actual album did. One of my favorite Halloween movies is Hocus Pocus, and I always get a kick out of, every time I watch it, I get a kick out of the book of spells that they have in that movie. And so I wanted to try and do something similar to that. So I looked at a bunch of pictures and this is what I came up with. So I will go ahead and start with the box. The box actually I constructed myself with chipboard and cardstock, and once I had all of the pieces put together and had a box, what I did was I took tissue paper that I had colored with distress stain and different homemade sprays, a bunch of different colors of brown, because it's supposed to look like dead skin. And then I Mod Podged it all around the book, or the box, and tried to make it look like an old-fashioned book, or the spine of it. What I did for that is I took a empty paper towel roll and glued that onto the spine of it, and then I took some pieces of twine that I had and glued them down on top of that to make it look like a book, and put tissue paper on top of that. Did the tissue paper and Mod Podged that all over the box. And then for the hinges here, I used a couple of Tim Holtz hinges. And then for the pieces of skin here that look like they're supposed to be sewn together, I just rolled up some more tissue paper and colored that, and then ran some black embroidery thread in that to make it look like stitches. And let's see, this snake here is actually from a bag of toy snakes from the dollar store. It came from their Halloween section. And the eyeball came from Michael's. It was actually a ring that had a switch on it that made it flash when you turned it on. And I just pulled the ring part off and then cut it down a little bit so it wasn't so big, and glued that down on there, and then put some more tissue paper around that to make it look like an eyelids. And then these two snakes here I made from clay, and then I colored them or painted them with black acrylic ink, and then went over them, these and everything actually, with some gold rub and buff. And then let's go inside. And then this ribbon here is supposed to serve to helping pull the book out, but I think it's getting caught on the tags that I've got in the book, so I'm going to have to whittle something down there so it slides out a little bit easier, but that's what it's supposed to be for. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull the book out this way, and the inside of the box is same thing as the outside, tissue paper and rub and buff. Get this over here. And then we have the album. So what I did for the album is I did a bunch of fussy cutting and put a bunch of pieces down in a little envelope that I made. And let's see. Oh, and then I put crackle accents on all of the pieces that I cut out, except for this. This was from the sticker collection that I backed on chipboard and then glued that down. These corner pieces here are a couple of filigree pieces from Butterbee Scraps. And then for the spine, I just took black cardstock, and I did several things with it actually. I put some distress stickles, Tim Holtz distress stickles on there, and then I also sprayed it with some gold glimmer mist. And for the edge of it, I punched it with a Fisker's punch. I'm not sure right offhand which punch it was, but if you wanted to know, ask me, and I will look on the punch for you. And then on the back, I used the Tim Holtz Bird on a Branch die, which I was really excited to get because I don't usually spend a whole lot of money on dies, but I went to my Joann's store a couple of weeks ago, and they must be getting rid of a bunch of old ones to make room for the new ones, because I got this die for $4.97, so I was pretty thrilled. And then, excuse me, a couple more Butterbee Scraps corner pieces. And then for the closure, what I did was I just took some pieces of chain off of some swivel clasps that I had, and I took the clasp part off, and then I just fed the chain through some eyelets that I set on the front and the back covers, and then clipped them together with a jump ring. And then I took a toggle clasp here and connected that to the chain, and then I took a couple more things and I hung on the chain, and I've got this little, and of course everything's gonna fall apart now. I've got this little key here, and then these two. I've got a little piece from Michael's that looks like a bunch of gears. I don't know if you can even see that or not. There we go. And then a bottle cap that I took a bunch of teeny tiny watch parts and put them inside the bottle cap and then filled them with glossy accents. And then we'll go inside here. Okay, so going inside the book, I should mention first of all that I used almost an entire 12 by 12 stack, probably one sheet from an 8 by 8 stack, and several sheets from the 6 by 6 paper pad. And I took a couple of different pieces of paper and a zipper here and made a pocket out of him. And then I've got one of the cutouts from the paper in there for, you know, some journaling or a photo mat, or just for pretty. And then over here on this page, I used I think EK Success punch here and made a little side pocket and put a couple of cutouts from the collection in there. Oh, and over here, a couple more Butterbee Scraps corner pieces. And then in the center here, I put a separate strip of paper and then some lace just to kind of reinforce the binding, because this book's pretty heavy, and if you don't reinforce it, it will start to pull apart no matter how well you have it glued. And then this page here is actually a file folder that I cut down to size. And then I put another Butterbee Scraps metal piece here to separate it in half so I could have a couple of pockets for some tags. And these little tags here I colored with alcohol inks and then stamped with some stamps from the collection. Oh, and as you can see, I've got some black tulle on this one. And this one alcohol inked as well, with some stamps from the collection and some orange glittery tulle. And boy, let me tell you, the glitter in this stuff gets all over the place. And then going over here, I just tore a piece of paper here to make a corner pocket and stuck this tag in there. That's a cutout. And then did some fussy cutting for these little stamps here and made a little side pocket to stick a tag. And another bottle cap here that I took some punched with my hole puncher out of the paper and on the front and the back, and then just filled it with glossy accents. And the bottle cap itself I colored with alcohol inks in a copper color. And then over here, this page is made out of a card and an envelope. And this idea came from Kathy Orta. And on the card here, I have hung a charm that came from Michael's that I colored with alcohol inks to make it a copper color. And then I also went around the cardstock here with some glitter glue. But these would make some nice big photo mats. And then the envelope here, I have another sticker that I backed with cardstock, and just glued part of it down to make a little sort of a pocket out of it so I could put this little cutout in it. And on this side, I fussy cut this pretty lady here and covered her with some glossy accents and made a tag holder out of her. And then this one, just cut out. And then over here on this page, this is a big paper bag that came from Hobby Lobby that I put a flap on. And on the front of the flap, I made a double pocket here. This one has the Fiskars, one of the Fiskars border punches on top of it, and come here, a little tag from the collection, and then a cutout in this pocket. I love this paper. And then on this side of the flap, I just put a nice big photo mat here made from a Spellbinders die, and a couple of stickers backed with chipboard that I glued down, and made a holder out of this one for another tag cutout. And then the inside of the paper bag here, I took a little copper colored paper clip that I have and put a cutout up there. Just clip it up there, and put another border punched piece of paper down here to hold a couple of more tags. And then in the bottom part of the bag, which makes another pocket, I put this cutout. Now on the back side of the paper bag, I made a pocket, and actually I had seen this done on somebody's YouTube channel. I don't remember who it was, I apologize. It wasn't a tutorial, she just said what she had done, and I thought that was a great idea. But what she did was she took one of the envelopes for the Prima journaling cards, and she used it as a template. So that's what I did, but I had to scale it down a little bit so it would fit this book. And I'm really happy with the way it came out. I really like that. And I'm just using it as a pocket here for this cutout. And then another sticker backed with some chipboard. And I forgot, I have a tag up here inside the paper bag. Grab the right one. And just plain on the back. Okay, this page is an envelope that I glued together and then just, or glued it shut and then just slid open on one side and then on the top, and so I could attach it to the hinge and use it as a pocket. And this is another sticker piece backed with chipboard and a couple tags. And then I put this cutout in here. And I took a couple of the stickers and used them as a tab pull, or a tag, you know, like a tab on the top. And then on this side, I made another little pocket here using an EK Success border punch for a couple more tags. Having a heck of a time getting them out. And here is a little tag that I made that I used alcohol inks to color, and then a Halloween stamp that I had. And then this page here is another paper bag, but this is one of the celebrated bags from Michaels. And I used a chipboard piece down here as a catch for the tag and some black tulle in that. And then I made a belly band using a Fisker's border punch. And then another tag here that I alcohol inked and stamped. Did some embossing on some of the tags as well with some distress embossing powder and some more black tulle. Alright, come on. There we go. And then the flap opens up, and here is a chipboard piece down here from the collection, and another photo mat that's a Spellbinder's die, and a little tag. And on the inside of the bag I made a little, what do you call it, just a little catch or pocket or whatever for some tags, and I used one of the Tim Holtz embossing folders to emboss it with the gears on it. And this is another thing that they had on clearance at Joann's, and I think I got it for $3. It was amazing. And a couple little tags. And this one I made using some alcohol inks and another Halloween stamp. And then another belly band here using that Fisker's border punch. And have a cutout stuck in there. And then another tag in the bag that I used alcohol inks on. And some more stamps. And some of that orange sparkly tulle. And then on the back side, where the bottom of the bag is for a pocket, I just stuck a couple more cutouts. And then this whole section here is actually a signature. There's several pages in there, but I sewed it to the chipboard spine. Just made one whole signature out of it. And this little piece here is from Trees to Treasure. It's a little wood veneer piece that I covered with some orange. I'm trying to think. I either used the Tim Holtz, the Distress Stickles, or some orange glitter glue. I'm not sure which one I used. And then another one of those little paper clips up here that I have a tag on. And all of the photo mats in the signature are from Spellbinder's dies. A couple of smaller ones. And then a sticker that I backed with chipboard, and another little tag that I made. And the sticker here as well, and a tag. And same thing here, sticker, few smaller photo mats, and a little tag. And over here I tore the paper again and made a pocket out of it and put a cutout in it. Oh, and everything is inked with black soot, Tim Holtz Distress ink. And over here is another sticker piece, and a couple more photo mats and a tag. And a sticker piece over here. I put one of the cutouts in. And same thing over here, sticker piece on some chipboard with a tag. And over here, there's lots of space for photos here, as you can see. Another sticker piece and a cutout. And over here, I think this might have been, nope, it's also a sticker, backed with chipboard and a tag. And this is one of the chipboard pieces with another cutout. And then over here is another wood veneer piece from Trees to Treasure that I put some black stickles on. And this page right here is a clock face just like a heavy cardstock clock face that I got from my mom, I think. She had it in her stash of stuff. And I just cut it in half and attached it to the hinge and then made a pocket out of it for a couple of the cutouts. And then I took one of the little metal brads that was a clock hand from Michael's and put that on there and made a holder out of it for another one of the cutouts. And it's just plain on the back. And then this page here is another one of the cards and envelopes. And I've got another charm hanging from this one that I colored with the copper alcohol inks. Charm came from Michael's. Some more big photo mats with some of the glitter glue on the outside of the cardstock to make it sparkly. And then on the envelope, I have a chipboard piece here that is a holder for this little tag. And another photo mat from a Spellbinders die. And on this side, I made a side pocket using that Fisker's border punch. And I have a couple of tags in there. And this page is made out of one of those big, long, skinny, I guess it's like a policy envelope size. Same thing, I sealed it all up and then just cut the slits where I needed them for the hinge, and then on the other side so I could make a double pocket out of it for some of the cutouts. And I am separating the two sides with another piece from Butterbee Scraps. And all of the metal pieces I also put some sparkly stickles on. And on this side I've got a couple of small photo mats and another bottle cap here that I took some punched out from the paper and filled with glossy accents. Oh, and then I just pulled it off. I'll have to put that back on later. Oops. And then this page is another file folder that I made a couple, like a double pocket out of with a piece from Butterbee Scraps. And some more big tags with tulle on them and some stamping. I really like how that alcohol ink coloring turns out on those tags that are the smoother surface. They're not so porous. And then here I just tore some paper to make a bottom pocket for this little cutout. And then a corner pocket for this tag. And then, ooh, here's another piece from Trees to Treasure, wood veneer piece. It's a hot air balloon that I put some orange stickles on. And on this side, another big photo mat, and another one of those gear pieces, a wood veneer piece from Trees to Treasure. And a sticker up here, backed on chipboard. And then I just put a border around the photo mat from the paper. And some more of that lace here. And then on the back page I just have a double waterfall that I saw Paper Crafter, oh, I can't remember the number. Is it Paper Crafter 45? 25? I'll look it up and put it in the description below. But I just took some seam binding and I colored it orange and wound it around a couple of the little tiny chipboard pieces that I popped up on some foam tape. And it just, let me hold it like this. Bunch of photo mats. They go up, and then they also fold down. And then one in the center. And in the corners, a couple more pieces from Butterbee Scraps. And that is it. I hope that you like it, and if you have any questions, let me know. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I know this is a long video, lots of detail to it. So thank you very much.